It is the most wonderful time of the year. We are nearing the end of 2023, which probably means that you are thinking about what to do next year in 2024. And as more and more people are promoting the idea of having a side hustle so that you diversify your incomes, the desire to monetize your art is stronger now more than ever. The problem is how. The most I know is hoping that a family member would buy my painting or praying that a work would be sold in an exhibition. So friends, come closer. What if I were to tell you that we could have more control in generating income from our art? What if I were to tell you that it is possible to turn your art into a business without having a degree or fancy qualification? What if I were to tell you that I'm saying all of these rhetorical questions because I read a WikiHow on how to entice people through sales and marketing? Well friends, today we'll be talking about how to turn your art into a side hustle in 2024. Or rather, we'll be talking about the brutal truth in making art hustles. So howdy, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Rumbo, yay! And for those who don't know me already, I'm an artist and I make videos just about that. So if that interests you, you might want to hit the subscribe button down below. In my previous video, I was discussing something that is crucial to understand before getting into side hustles and thinking about money. So if you haven't watched that video already, I up above somewhere in one of the corners. Today's focus, however, is on a list of creative side hustles that we can start in 2024, but also discussing the realistic side, because I feel like with these type of videos, people are quite optimistic in the fact that they say, oh, you can just start this and you'll instantly like rake in money, or it's going to be so easy. And that is so not the case, and it's something that I don't want all of us to be falling into the trap of. So this video is a very brutal, practical video in discussing side hustles. The truth is that none of these, and I mean absolutely none of these, will be successful if you do not put enough time, attention, and effort into them. I know you're probably watching this video after watching a bunch of other videos just like this. Continuing scrolling past this video is going to do you absolutely nothing because you haven't taken any action. Motivation is not action, just like watching this video is not taking action. But still watch this video, don't go away. Also, none of these generate income overnight. If you were looking for a get rich quick scheme type of video, this is not the one for you. Successful side hustles take months, if not years, to progress naturally and have great organic growth. And even then, the success may not even look like how you wanted it to be or how you thought it was going to turn out. And believe me, I'm not trying to scare you away. I need you to stick around because I need that sweet watch time. I just want to put you in the correct headspace in thinking about creative side hustles so that you're not disappointed or you don't give up before you actually see the type of growth you want to see. And I say all of this because for a lot of these hustles, you need one or two or maybe all of these three things. You need visibility, reputability, and inventory. And these all take a lot of time to build up. I will touch more on it throughout the video, so stick around. But before we get onto this video, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on my post notifications below so you never miss a video from me. We just hit 4,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing and sticking around. At the beginning of this year, it was my goal to somehow reach 5,000 subscribers. Even though we are in the final weeks of 2023, there is a sliver of hope that we may be able to do that. So if you haven't subscribed, it would mean the world to me. Share this with all of your friends, please and thank you. So the first kind of side hustle that you could do is art event organizing. So if you're a millennial, a zillennial, a zoomer, a Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever you want to call yourself, you probably have heard of sip and paint. A sip and paint is such like a fun, casual, and communal type of activity, and because it is so inclusive, you do not have to be a master at painting. So hosting these kinds of events may be a way that you could start your own business. Because it's so inclusive, you can reach a large range of different audiences and potential clients. Facilitating sip and paints for different events like birthday parties, bridal showers, or kid events, you can really tailor it to each client and also to your startup capital or what sort of capacity that you can withstand in the beginning. And once you're more established, you can also book out stalls at like farmers markets and then have a little sip and paint station. So things you'll have to consider with this type of side hustle is obviously material cost and the supplies, thinking about transportation, so how you're going to each event if you are setting it up there, different advertising streams so people see that you have this business nearby them. So the reason why I put this side hustle as the first one, and the reason why I think it's one of my favorite ideas as a side hustle, is because compared to the other ones that I'll talk about in this video, this kind of hustle feels a lot more personable. You're directly communicating with your clients and you're going to be right there in the real world seeing how people are making memories with the thing that you're organizing. All of my other side hustles that I've listed in this video are all digital. Having this one in the real may just have that touch of personable quality that I think is also really fun fun. Now onto the real side, being practical. Remember the 3 different factors I talked about in the beginning of this video? We're going to be discussing that in the context of this side hustle. In terms of visibility, people will not know who you are or where you are unless you are visible. You're going to need a strong social media or Google type presence. Social media, I feel like, is such a great tool nowadays, very accessible for small businesses to advertise themselves and to connect with people in your area. Having those streams is very, very crucial, and also being up to date with your social media streams. It is not enough just having an account, but you have to be posting constantly so they see how active you are. People need to see your reputation, aka they need to see what they're going to be buying, pictures of the setups or pictures of the previous events you've done in the past. And if you haven't, maybe you can create a little sip and paint situation with your friends and then exploit them by taking pictures of them without their consent. If you don't want to do that, even just setting up small stations in your home and taking pictures of that and making sure they look pretty, that's great, so people know that there is actually a business behind this website. But yeah, if you think that this is something that could turn into a passion project, definitely I think we need to see a lot more of these type of events because it makes art more inclusive and more fun, and I think we need to return back to that. The next one is to do freelance graphic or digital marketing design. If you are a graphic designer, digital artist, or you simply love social media and creating different posts and content, then maybe you could go into freelancing for other people. Create a portfolio of designs you've done in the past, or make mock-up templates of websites or social media posts or digital posters, and have that portfolio available so that you can have yourself on a freelancing platform or cold calling different companies and people to offer your services to them. Freelancing in general is a whole topic on its own. Definitely recommend for this you research into how freelancing works, especially online and through different freelancing platforms. You have the skill set, if you have the different softwares, then maybe just using what you already do and generating it into a business is best for you. I like this idea because it can really be tailored to your timetable and your schedules. It's all individualized projects, so you can think about what to take on when. For the real stuff, I feel like freelancing is one where we have to be quite honest. Online jobs and freelancing is extremely saturated right now. We are being threatened by being replaced by AI. Essentially, robots are taking over the world. So it will probably be a very long time till you see clients, or if you do, till you see a consistent stream of clients so that you can actually depend on the side hustle. Patience and luck is honestly, I think, something that you need to have locked and loaded. One way I think to mitigate this is to make sure that you have one madly impressive portfolio to show people that you offer quality for your price and for your time. Because essentially you're competing with like millions of other freelancers, and that's not even exaggeration. So once again, I think having a strong social media presence is important to making yourself more visible than the other millions of freelancers. Reputation here is solidified in your portfolio, so your portfolio has to be top notch. Here is where you have to be honest with yourself. If your portfolio does not look picture perfect, nobody's going to pay for your services out of sympathy or something. Like, just being 100% real. If you saw your portfolio and you wouldn't want to buy your services, nobody else is going to want to as well. Invest in your portfolio whilst you're waiting for clients to come in, I think, is one of the most important things. Portfolio goes in inventory, just having that stack of examples and like that skill set after like practice, making sure that you have all of the softwares you need, like Adobe Creative Cloud or whatever softwares you do use to edit. This is a very saturated market. A lot of the digital types of hustles have become very saturated, so it takes a lot of patience and a lot of luck and a lot of effort intentionally. If you are enjoying this video so far and you're not kind of terrified, make sure you like the button down below and subscribe if you haven't already. So the next side hustle is selling prints or other consumables on Etsy. This type of hustle is a lot more physically art based or art related, creating different prints or products or art that you can sell on your own Etsy store. But here's the thing, the very important thing about this one. Only sell something that you personally would love to buy or use. If you look at your product and you think, nobody else is gonna buy your product. Etsy once again is very saturated in thinking about the kind of products you want to sell. Look at what is trending, what people would want to buy, but also if they get some sort of use or value out of it. Prints would be something that could hang up in a bedroom, in an office, or in a kitchen, or something that has a use. So if you have charms, then making it into key rings or pet collars, I don't know. Just making sure that it has some sort of practical value or use to someone, where they're not buying it just for the sake of supporting you. Because starting out, you're a nobody. Nobody's gonna want to support you because they have no reason to. But if you have something that will genuinely and positively benefit them, then they will buy it. Etsy is a lot about aesthetics and stuff, so you have to make sure that it's pretty looking and also beneficial. A lot of different ideas on what you can sell, and also you can be smart with what you sell. It's like efficient for your time, that it's not time consuming, so that it could be set up a lot more passively. There's also an option to sell digital products on Etsy. So if you want to sell prints but you don't know how to ship and all that kind of hassle, you can just sell the PDF version of that print. I also recommend not starting out with a large range of items. That just may be a lot more difficult to manage. Putting it down to stuff that you are proud of and stuff that is easy to manage on the side. Once you have your item or your set of items, it's time to take photos. You need fantastic ones, best of the best, great mock-ups. If you don't have good photos, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Bad product photos on Etsy, actually anywhere, is just customer repellent. People scroll past images very quickly. So if your picture is like, they're not even going to give it the light of day. So taking note of the kind of SEO you use in your labels or your titles for your products. SEO stands for search engine optimization. Thinking about the keywords that people use when searching for, or things that are popular or things that people are most likely to search. On Etsy, you're not going to use the title of your painting to sell it. You'll probably say aesthetic bedroom wallpaper print, so that it could actually pick up in the search engines. Etsy is also incredibly saturated, and when you're starting from small, it is going to take forever. I've seen a lot of stories online of like Etsy shop owners saying that it's basically a full-time job because you're working on it constantly with all the different roles, because you're doing everything for yourself. It takes a lot of energy, discipline, it takes a lot of time and patience, because you will not immediately be as successful as the best Etsy shop. But I still think if this is something that you've always wanted to do and you've always wanted to like sell your art in different kinds of ways, go for it. So the last side hustle that I'll be discussing in this video is selling digital products online. Photoshop or Procreate brushes, editing presets or LUTs on Premiere Pro, digital planner templates or Notion templates, wallpapers, website designs, posters, or even those digital prints that I was talking about that you may sell on Etsy. These type of products are convenient because you're completely avoiding the hassle of transportation, shipping, material costs. Also, you can design the thing once and sell it continuously, so it can be passive. Saves a lot of time in that regard, because I know creating crafts or items to sell takes up a lot of time, aside from all the other business admin. Again, setting up an Etsy shop. On Pinterest, people advertise a lot of different like digital templates, planners, Notion templates, all of those kinds of things, or even on other social media platforms, is going to help you greatly here to connect already with the people that are looking for these kinds of products. To go more in depth, I think going back to the section I was talking about, freelancing, digital work, and also selling on Etsy, I think that just covers most of this topic. Another thing that's convenient about this one in terms of selling like digital brushes or editing presets is that if you're already a digital artist or a video editor, you've already created these things and you already use them, so you know you like them and you know they work, and you don't even have to go through the hassle of creating that product. So you're just selling what you already have, and that can be very convenient. Also shows that you are professional in what you do. So you have already garnered like a certain reputation, or people can trust that what you're selling them is beneficial. Even being like a content creator can be selling digital content, because you're sort of monetizing yourself through. Here's the thing, organic growth takes time. I'm like a personal testimony to this. I started this channel in 2020, where I started consistently uploading for the past 3 years. Now I have just reached 4,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. But it's just like a real life example that not every single person who uploads their first video is going to go viral in like 2 days. That's for every single one of these hustles. Being realistic and not just only focusing on the major success stories is going to help you be practical in how you create create your side hustle. A lot of these seem like side hustles, but they still take a lot of hours out of your day. I'm not saying that any of these side hustles are impossible to be successful in next year, but I am saying that it takes time. One of my pieces of advice in going into having side hustles or starting like mini businesses, to be stubborn. If you're passionate enough about what you're doing, don't quit. I took 3 years to get my first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I never quit. Like, I never stopped because I was stubborn. I knew that if I just keep going, then eventually over time, whatever happens will happen. Even if it didn't, I'm completely okay with not reaching that within those 3 years, being okay to continue even if the video I took 12 hours editing only got just over 100 views. I feel like I've scared you a lot in this video, so I apologize. But if there is one thing I want to leave you with, is to love whatever you do. If you choose a side hustle, make sure that you love it, because that may at certain points in time be the only way that you're getting paid from it. I'm not saying that you have to romanticize everything and each side hustle, but make sure you enjoy it at least, because it's going to take a lot from you. All in all, I made this video because I love you guys and I want to see your success. I hope you enjoyed this more realistic take at side hustles and all of these buzzwords going into the new year, and that if you want to pursue this, like, please go ahead. Diversifying incomes is so important and so amazing. But I'm going to end this video here and say thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, like. If you like me, subscribe, comment down below, all that fun jazz. And until then.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my lonely